Hey, happy Friday. It's Kristin. I wanted to pop on and do a video for you guys today on letting go because I'm in the process of packing, so I'm getting to do a lot of that, which is always fun. But there's a lot of things that I've realized that have been really helpful as far as letting go and helping me move forward in my business and life. So I want to talk a bit about that because I think you will find it helpful. Yeah, so with the big move coming up, I head tomorrow to Colorado, and I've been packing my bags, getting everything ready to go. And so this theme around letting go has been coming up a lot for me. And I think it's something that's really important because it makes a huge difference as far as the results that we're able to get in our business and really in all areas of our life. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about it and give you guys some tips about letting go and how you can figure out like what things might be holding you back from actually moving forward and getting results in your business. So some of the things that I hear come up most often for people when they're getting started in their business or when they're trying to grow their business and they feel like they're getting stuck. If you pop on, say hello. I know I decided to randomly do this video. Like I said, I think I'm procrastinating packing. But I also wanted to share this with you guys, so I thought I'd pop on and do it. But some of the biggest things I hear, and so that you don't feel alone if this is what you're experiencing, is feeling like you don't know enough, or people aren't going to pay you for your knowledge, or you can't really help people get results through your coaching, or that you're not good at business. Like all these beliefs or things that pop up for us when we're getting started in our business or trying to grow our business. And I hear these things so often. So when it comes to being able to move forward, we really need to let these things go. And this is the thing. So I want to go back just a little bit and tell you about some stuff that happened to me when I was growing my business and starting my business as well. And a lot of what actually happened was when I wasn't getting the results that I wanted in my business, I started to feel like something was wrong with me. And that I didn't have what it takes, or I wasn't, a good coach, or people didn't like me or didn't want to work with me, like whatever it was. And so I really started to have this belief that I needed to fix myself. And I think especially like when we're into personal growth and personal development, like this can kind of become like we are always looking to make ourselves our best version of ourselves, right? But sometimes we can get caught in this trap of thinking that we need to fix ourselves before we can have the things that we want, or before we can go after the things that we want, like starting our business, or if there's other things in your life that you're wanting to be doing and you're like, hey Allie, yeah, if you guys pop on, say hello. I'm glad you're here. Yes, this is a good topic. Like, it's something that I know very well from experience, and it's not something that just goes away. Like, there's like always more layers to it. So like really this belief of thinking that something's wrong with us or we need to fix ourselves before we can go out there and grow our business. And I got so caught up in that belief that it did for a long time, like really hold me back in my business. And I started like looking around at like even like other coaches and stuff and thinking like, oh my gosh, I need to like fix myself before I can really get the results. Like I thought that's what was going on. And it wasn't. What was really going on was that I had these beliefs that were holding me back. And it was the beliefs around like thinking I needed to fix myself or something was wrong with me. And so it wasn't that I really needed to. So if we think about it, like all of us are perfect. All of us have everything that we need within us to start a business, to have a super successful business, to get the results that we want, to make a huge difference in the world, to get amazing results for our clients, like we do. I believe it from the bottom of my heart. And so what really holds us back is not something that's wrong with us or something that we need to fix. But it's the things that, so truly, like, we're all perfect, but it's the things that we believe, or the things that we need to like strip away, as opposed to like going in and needing to fix things or build ourselves up or make ourselves better. The only thing that's holding us back is the things that we've like added on, like the beliefs that aren't right, or the habits that are holding us back. Like, that's a big one. And so really what the whole process is like stripping away the stuff, or letting go of the stuff that isn't serving us for moving forward. Like, that's the biggest thing. And if you can start to realize that, like, it's huge, and it becomes a lot easier and less complicated to know like how to move forward, and get to a space where you feel like you can be getting those results that you want. So when it comes to letting go, this is what I like to, and some of the things that we need to let go of. And for me, like, I was just going through this too, like people pleasing, right? So that's a big thing for a lot of people. And if you're wanting to please other people, it's going to really hold you back in your business. And so I hear this from like a lot of my clients, that either like their parents don't approve of what they're doing, or their spouse, or maybe their friends, they're kind of giving them crap. They're like, oh, can you really make money doing that? Are you making the right choice? Like, what are you thinking? Just go get a job with benefits and a 401k, blah, blah, blah. And so what happens is we start to take this in, and we're like, oh my gosh, like maybe they're right. Maybe I am making the wrong choice. Maybe I can't make this work. And so it can really start to impact you, and you start to wonder, like, should I be listening to these other people, or, do I follow my heart? And so that's really what it comes down to. And so what you can decide is like, do I want to live my life pleasing other people and making other people happy? Or do I want to live my life doing what I know is best for me and following my heart and sticking to that? Even if other people are saying like, giving me doubts or voicing their doubts to me, because it's not about them and it's not about their life. Like, it's your life. And so you get to decide. And so this really goes back to like trusting yourself, right? Like trusting that what's best for you, trusting that you're taking the best action for you. And there's so much power in that. It's huge. So the people pleasing is a big one. Was the other one I want to talk about? Rules. So like this thing around rules, I was talking about this in my group the other day too, and it had come up for me. So like we have all these rules around, what's the right way to do something, or how many hours we have to be working, or maybe what we need to accomplish before we really start our business, or before we start doing the things that we really want to be doing in our life. Like all these rules that run our life that there's no basis. There's no like truth behind them. And so we can decide like, I'm ready to let go of these rules, and I'm not going to let them run my life anymore. And I get to make my own rules. So that's another one. Another one is comparison. So comparing ourselves to other people, that's definitely something that holds us back. And so it's something you can let go of, because comparison, all it really is we're looking at other people and we're seeing things in them that we admire or we want, right? So instead of looking at like, she has that and I want it, but I can't, or she's better than me for some reason, we can just change how we're looking at it, as far as saying, she's doing these amazing things and getting these amazing results. I know it's possible for me too. And that really just changes how you look at it and how you think about it, and flips comparison on its head. Because instead now of you comparing, that's a new word. Hey, Jenny, comparing yourself to other people, you're instead being inspired by other people. And that's what it's really all about, because we're all capable of the same things. Like when I was in the beginning of my business, I was in the same spot that everyone else is when they start their business. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt overwhelmed. I was confused. Felt like I wasn't getting results. I didn't know how to get clients. Knew nothing about running a business. So it's not like I had any like magic tools that allowed me to be successful. It was really just deciding, like, I'm going to make it happen, and starting to strip away these beliefs that were really holding me back. Jenny's saying, just what you needed to hear, so much comparisonitis going on. Yeah, like, it's a huge one for us. And instead, if you can just look at it as inspiration, right? Like, what other people are doing, like, we're capable of the same thing. And I really saw this clearly. Actually, I just did earlier this year a program where it was like a marketing program, but it was like a group program. There was a lot of people in the group, and I started to see all the people in this group, and there's a lot of people in there that are doing really awesome with their business, making 7 figures a year. I started looking around at these people, and I'm like, these people aren't necessarily any different than I am. They're the same. Like, they're not smarter, they don't have more education, like, whatever these stories are that we tell ourselves is why other people can be successful or reach their dreams and we can't. Like, none of that stuff is true. And I really saw that. And all the differences is that they believe they can do it, and they're taking action to make it happen. That's the only difference. There's nothing else. And it really does all come back to that belief then. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, so another big one, like habits. So what habits do we want to let go of? Like, for me, some of the big habits I know that can really, like, hold me back is like mindlessly checking social media or my phone, right? Like, it has almost just become, like, unconscious for a lot of us, where we're just, like, scrolling. We're not even paying attention. We don't even know why we're doing it. We don't even know what we're looking for. But it's almost like a numbing activity, or like a mindless activity. So that, is one I know can pop up for me, especially, like, I run my business online, right? Like, it's very available to me. And so Jay's saying compulsive Facebooker. Yeah, like, absolutely. I think so many of us are. But for me, I know, like, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. And it's taking me off a track of whatever it is that I was trying to do in the first place, right? So I get on my computer to do something, and all of a sudden I'm like, what did I get on here to do? Like, I don't even know, because I started, like, scrolling through people's stuff, and it's not really getting me anywhere. So there's nothing wrong with being on Facebook. There's nothing wrong with, like, interacting with people and socializing. Like, that's, what Facebook is for. And it's really cool that we have this tool that allows us to grow our businesses and get in front of so many people, work with people. Like, I can work from anywhere, which is awesome, which is why I'm moving, and it's, like, no big deal. But also, like, work with people internationally. So I have clients all around the world, which is awesome. Like, this is what I always wanted, and it makes me so excited. So that's, like, really the benefit. So we don't need to be like, oh, social media is evil, Facebook is evil. Like, it's not. It's just a tool, and we need to be mindful about how we use it. It's like the same thing, like, a lot of you guys know, like I've struggled in the past with, like, emotional eating and an eating disorder. It's like the same thing. Like, food isn't evil. It's not, like, bad. Obviously we need it. It's, like, really good, but it's how we're using it, right? So we can use things either to our benefit and to really support us and allow us to grow, or we can use things in a way that don't, and can actually like, keep us from living our best life and accomplishing the things that we want to accomplish. So it's all just about that awareness and being really mindful about how we are using those things, like, especially social media. But when it comes to food too, because that's a huge thing for a lot of people, right? Like, it's just how we're using it. So that was another one. Oh, and then beliefs. So I was talking about this in the beginning, but all these beliefs that we have around, we're not good enough, we don't have what it takes to be successful in our business, we don't have the money to invest in our business, other people don't have the money to pay us for us to coach them, all these beliefs, that we're not good at taking payments from people, that we're bad with money, that we're bad at running a business, we're bad with numbers. Like, it's all just bullshit. It's all just beliefs. And the thing about beliefs is that you can change them at any time. So really what this comes to is the willingness to let them go, right? So these beliefs become almost like our identity and becomes our story of who we are and what we're capable of. Like all these beliefs. Hey, Allie, thanks for the love. Yeah, if anyone else is on, like, let me know who's on. I've got these mystery watchers. So these beliefs really like dictate our story of who we are. And so we start playing that part of our story, right? Like if we have this story that, like for me being an introvert, and a lot of my clients are too, like we have this story like maybe I'm quiet, I'm shy, I'm not good at getting to know other people or putting my message out there or getting clients, you know, that type of thing. That's a story. You can let it go, you know? So if we have the story, we start to play the part of it. So we start to take the actions that validate that story about who we are. So what this comes back to is being willing to let go of those beliefs so you can write a new story, which is super, super powerful. This doesn't mean like changing who you are. You're still you, but what you're doing is you're stripping away the shit that isn't true, and you're allowing yourself to write a story about the real you. And the real you is, you know, limitless. Like you can do whatever the heck you want to do. So then the other thing that you can look into that I think is really helpful. So when you're looking at these things, strip away the shit. Absolutely, Allie. Like the thing is, like, that's all it is. It's not like we need to go and we need to like learn all these amazing things. You don't need to know more. You don't need to fix yourself. It's just stripping away the shit that's not true. That's all it is. Because under that, like we're all perfect. We all are capable of anything that we want to do. We're all capable of making as much money as we want to make, and capable of living the life that we want to live. Like it's true. It's fact. Like I mean, I have zero doubts on that at all. Yeah, Priscilla's saying like every day is an opportunity to write our story. Absolutely. And yeah, the emotional scar tissues. So, and that's one of the things, like if we look at these things that we're holding on to, like especially like these beliefs or these habits that are popping up for us, we can look at like what benefit are we getting from these habits? What benefit are we getting from these beliefs? Because if we have this belief that I can't be successful in my business, the benefit we're getting from that belief is that it's keeping us from taking action. Right? And so it's keeping us from having to face our fears, from having to put ourselves out there, from possibly getting feedback or criticism from other people, which a lot of people are scared of that. Like it barely ever, if ever happens. So we're getting some benefit from these limiting beliefs. And usually it's about like keeping us small, keeping us safe, keeping us from putting ourselves out there. And then you can look at like, what am I avoiding by allowing these habits or allowing these limiting beliefs to run my life? So avoiding, like you said, putting yourself out there, maybe getting feedback from other people that makes you uncomfortable, like sharing your story. So for like social media, like if you're one of those people that's like scrolling all the time and kind of getting lost on that, like what benefit are you getting from that? Truly, it's probably like numbing and keeping you from doing the things that you know are actually going to really make a huge difference. So actually taking the actions that are going to move you forward in your business, and putting yourself out there and really getting visible and doing the thing that scares the shit out of you. So a lot of times we can look at this and we're like, okay, what benefit am I getting and what am I avoiding by doing this? And then really looking at like, am I willing to let this shit go? Like really, truly, am I willing to let this shit go? And if I did, who would I be without this stuff? Who would I be if I didn't believe that I wasn't good enough? Or I didn't believe that I couldn't get clients? Or I didn't believe that people didn't want to pay me? Who would I be if I didn't believe that I needed to know more, that, you know, like all these beliefs we have? Who would you be without all of that? Hey, Eliza and Chantel. So glad you guys are here. Because if you think about the person that you would be without these limiting beliefs, these stories, you would probably be you would be a rock star. Like, I have no doubts. Like, you'd just be out there, like, doing your thing, living your life, like, making magic happen. And the only thing that holds us back is all these stories. Here for this. Yes, I love it. It's a good topic. Like, it's powerful stuff. So if you let go of all these beliefs, for some reason I always get itchy nose when I'm doing these videos. If you let go of all these beliefs, who would you be and what would you do? Like, what would you do? What actions would you be taking? Because it would be different, right? Like, if you weren't scared of what other people thought of you, if you weren't thinking about, oh my gosh, what if I put this post out here and nobody likes it? Or I do this video and nobody hops on it and I'm here talking to myself like, oh my gosh, the world's gonna end. Like, no, like, what if you didn't give a shit and you just did everything and it didn't matter? Like, your life would be totally different and you would just create everything that you wanted, which is what we're here to do. So, absolutely, Jenny. Yeah. Drop the negative stories and victim mentality equals being the designer of your own life. Like, absolutely. We are the designer of our own life. And so if we either get to design our life by the limiting stories and the beliefs that we have, which continues to keep us where we're at or continues to bring us the things we don't want, right? Because then we're living and creating our life from our fears, or we become the creator of our life and create from our vision and from what we're really truly capable of, which is anything we want. So it really comes down to a decision. And it doesn't have to be more complicated than that. But once you make the decision, then just being really mindful about the actions that you're taking and the habits that you're allowing to run your life. And so something that I think, itchy nose again, something I think is really helpful is to take all these limiting beliefs you have or these habits. Like, so if it's, the social media, if it's, these beliefs around I'm not good enough or I don't have what it takes, whatever those are, like, write them all down, make a list of them, and then set that baby on fire, burn it up, put it as a symbolic action that you're letting those things go, and just let that shit go. And then another good thing to do, like, after you've done that, is to write out your new story of who you are without those beliefs. What are you doing? What actions are you taking? How does your life look? Because it's going to be different and it's going to be awesome. So if you go through and do that, it's really going to give you a perspective of how these habits, how these beliefs are holding you back, and what your life would be like and what actions you would be taking and how you'd be living your life and running your business if that was not the case and you were just free to do what you wanted to do. You trusted yourself 100%. You knew that you followed your intuition, and when you felt like doing something, you did it, and you trusted that, and you knew it was taking you in the right direction and was getting you the results you want to be getting. So Allie did it in yoga teacher training. It's really powerful. Yeah, burning that stuff up, letting it go, and then the big thing is, like, writing your new story of who you want to be, or who you're going to be. And truly, the story is who you really are. Like, it's the story of who you really are. It's not trying to become someone else. It's just who you are without all the limiting beliefs, who you are without all the habits that are not serving you. And that's who you really are. So, Jenny, learning how to tune into your intuition right now. Like, your intuition is really freaking awesome. And the thing is, like, what happens is we get these hits on our intuition telling us to do these certain things. And I was just talking about this the other day. Okay. Itchy nose. I don't know what's going on. But as far as your intuition, like, there's a book Mel Robbins writes, it's called the 5-second rule. So what happens is our intuition will tell us to do certain things or guide us to do certain things. And then what usually happens is our mind our like intellect is going to come in and it's going to start being like, no, don't do that. Like, that's not right. Why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. Like, that's scary, whatever it is. But if you started listening to your intuition and just taking action right away, you'd be living your life by intuition, which is always guiding you. As long as you're focused on what it is you want to be creating, it's going to be guiding you to the things that you want. So the thing is to like get that hit, hear that, listen to your intuition, and then take action. Because the more you do that, the more your intuition is going to start talking to you and telling you what to do, it's really pretty awesome. But the thing is trusting it, right? And a lot of us, aren't really used to using our intuition. We have kind of shut that off because we live so much from intellect and from what we think we should be doing or what everyone else is doing. So once you start like reconnecting with your intuition, re-listening to it, you're going to strengthen that. It's like a muscle. You're going to strengthen it. It's going to start talking to you more, telling you what to do, guiding you as far as what to do. And if you listen to it, it's going to keep telling you more and more and more. And the thing is, like, we can't... Chantal's saying, I'd be a confident, fearless badass. Yeah, you are a confident, fearless badass. So it's just letting that shit go. And Chantal, are you ready to do that? Because I think you are. I think you have a burning ceremony to be doing to let that stuff go. But that's the thing, like, that's who we all are. And so, are you ready for that? Do you want to step into that? Because when you do, things are gonna happen. Lots of amazing things. And the thing is, like, stuff can start happening really fast too. Like, we tell ourselves, oh, it has to take a really long time to build my business. It has to take a really long time to get clients and get income coming in. And, if you want to quit a job or something, it's going to take a really long time. Like, false. Like, it's not true unless you believe it's true. If you tell yourself, like, this is going to happen really fast, you can make it happen really fast. So, and I've had a lot of people do that where they, what they want to do is quit a job and do their coaching. And a lot of people do it way faster than they told themselves. They're like, in a couple of years. And it's like, no, you could do it in a couple months. Boom, done. And so it's really just that story we tell ourselves, right? And the beliefs that we have. But when we let those go, then anything's possible and we can create what we want as fast as we want. So let me see if we have anything else. Do you guys have any questions about any of that? I think that I covered everything that I wanted to. So things for you to do, like, let those beliefs go, write them all down, and the habits, the beliefs and the habits, right? Because they both kind of go together. And usually our beliefs are what contribute to the habits. So write down the ones you want to let go, burn those babies, and then write out your new story of who you are without those beliefs and those habits. Who are you? What are you doing? What does your life look like? How do you feel? And that's really how you start stepping in to being that person and to living from that place. So it's really magical. And like I said, I'm in the process of moving and packing and letting stuff go. And so this whole week has been like all about that. So I've been thinking a lot about that. And the thing is too, like, in the past, like, I've done a lot of moving, right? Like, I've done a lot of moving, changing what I'm doing and stuff too. But the thing is, like, our stuff follows us, right? Like, it's just because I'm moving somewhere else, like, doesn't mean like I'm a new person and I have a new life. Like, our stories and stuff like follow us because we have that story of who we are and we just keep playing that role, right? So, like, for a long time, I would think like, oh, new place, like I can start over, like, whatever. But like, unless you consciously are changing those stories, you're going to step right back into the same patterns and really create like the same life for yourself, no matter where you are, no matter like what the situation is. So you have to be really like mindful of this, because just moving or just getting a new job or whatever it is, like, or even just starting your business, like, if you don't start putting in these new stories and letting go of the old habits and putting in new habits, you're just going to keep creating the same thing. We get stuck like in that cycle. Priscilla yeah, excited for the move. Yeah, thank you. Priscilla, are you in Colorado? I'm trying to remember. If you are, we should get together if we're anywhere nearby. But yes, I'm very excited to get to Colorado and get back to the mountains. So, yeah, so that's what I had for you. So right now I've been letting go of a lot of stuff, physical stuff like the shirt, if I should keep it or not. We'll see. Priscilla, you're in Denver? Yes, I love it. We'll have to get together because I'm going to be in Boulder, so we're close. We will definitely plan that. Awesome. All right, guys. So I should probably stop procrastinating and go pack because probably be a good thing to do. I'm a procrastinator. I'm going to admit that. Like it works for me though. Like I always procrastinate just enough so I have just enough time to get it done, and I have to do it really fast, so I'm really efficient. So that's the other thing. I'm letting go of that being bad because it works for me and it doesn't like freak me out or anything. So, Lizzle, what are you saying? Yes, listen to the message today. No joke. Absolutely. Thank you for the safe travels. And yes, I'm going to go pack so that I'm actually ready to go tomorrow and that I don't get there super late because I have probably like a 16-hour drive ahead of me tomorrow, which I love because I find it really meditative, but it's a lot of driving. So Bailey usually sings me songs and tells me stories while we're driving, so that makes it go way faster. But yeah, I enjoy it. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Colorado equals goals, Allie. Are you gonna come join me in Colorado? Because I would love that. We can have a horse farm together. You know, like I'm seeing it. I should call it a horse farm, a horse ranch. That's what I'm wanting out in Colorado. So yes, I'm excited. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your Friday, an amazing weekend. I'll be updating you on my travels, and when I get in Colorado, you'll start seeing some mountain pictures, and goats. Oh my gosh, I love goats. I would so love that. Yeah, that makes me excited. Goats and horses. But, okay, I'm really going. I'm done with the procrastinating. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm excited about this topic. If you guys like do your little ceremony and burn some stuff and write out your new story, like let me know because I want to hear about it because I think it's super powerful. So have a beautiful weekend and I will talk to all you guys soon. Bye.